potatoes. Hey, we are gonna have a good time. Chicky, hey, mashed potatoes. Hey, it's Thanksgiving.
Yes, it's Thanksgiving, you cocksuckers. Try to not have that stuck in your head all day.
Thank you,
I don't like it.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, we are going to have a good time today. Do you know what that is, by the way?
I don't.
So, do you remember the famed Rebecca Black,
Yes.
the Friday song?
Yeah.
Well, the gentleman in the song we just heard had he lists the months because as we all know, April was Easter.
Right. Naturally.
That guy, you may remember him from the Friday song with Rebecca Black.
The guy in the video?
Yeah, he's the black guy in that video that raps in the Friday song.
I don't know if I remember that guy.
Well, so apparently that guy has a business. We're doing Garrison the Bartender tomorrow. Similarly, I thought of doing a breakdown of another maniac, and that would be this guy who apparently has a stable of 13-year-old girls
Yeesh.
that he convinces he's going to make a star. And he makes these horrible music videos, and their rich parents just plop down boatloads of money. He makes music videos for them, has a horrible rap verse on them, on all of them. And I'm sure he's just counting his millions now. I don't know who the guy is or anything, but
nothing says it's gonna work out than a guy being like, "Oh, your daughter, let me make her work."
yeah, any adult that wants to work specifically with children seems like a good, upstanding citizen.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
So yes, it's Thanksgiving, everybody. Every year I get that song stuck in my head now.
Never heard it.
You gotta do yourself a favor and find the Chinese food song.
Right now.
Borderline racist, frankly.
You want it now or what?
Oh boy, should we save it?
Yeah, what is it? Yeah, for Christmas because Chinese food.
Sure, yeah. Maybe we'll save it for Christmas.
That works for me.
Yeah, all right. Well, welcome everybody to our Thanksgiving spectacular. We're going to give out gobbles to all the turkeys we've dealt with this year.
Jesus.
We're going to go around the table, say what we're thankful for. It's going to be a big, special show. No, it's going to be the usual bullshit. Same shit as always, I like to say. That's what we deliver here. That's what we promise.
Damn right. Always.
That was was that?
I said we're just cookie cutter. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. How was the Quantum Week Live show?
I was not there.
Oh, you weren't there?
No, I had the in-laws at the house. And
I assumed you wouldn't have missed a chance to make yourself a big star. Hey, everybody, the Craigster's here.
I mean, good thing I wasn't.
Oh, yes, that's true. There could have been an incident.
Yeah.
I heard all good things.
Yeah, me too.
Seemed like it went well. I shouldn't have brought it up then. The only reason I brought it up is I thought you were there. I wanted a full review. Cullinane did a very bizarre review of it, I thought.
Oh, yeah, that video?
Yeah. First of all, he's talking about our guys, 2 tours. I don't know why he even brought them up.
I guess Chris did a live read at the show.
Yeah, so what? I'm assuming they paid for it.
Yeah.
So what's the
Okay, yeah. I don't know.
I didn't get that. And he was also kind of like, yeah, I don't like movies, but I guess we like that bullshit. I'm sure it was great. I'm a Quantum Week guy.
Yeah, the night before that show, I think Chris had a few sighties and DM'd me.
You mentioned this to me, so I get a text from Craig saying, I think Chris is shit-faced. He keeps calling me.
No, he was DMing me about
messaging you.
He just kept calling me gay.
Oh, maybe I misread.
Yeah.
Did you confront him about this?
No, I was like, yeah, man. I didn't know what to say. It was like
that does not seem like Chris.
What are you gonna do?
Huh.
It was I thought it was funny. It's just out of character, I think.
Very out of character, and there was no follow-up.
No, not really.
It's very bizarre. Boy, Chris really is the alpha. He's a big bully.
Yeah.
Going around slapping your lunch tray out of your hand.
Yeah, I didn't know what to say because was like, what do I say here? You know?
What did you say?
I'm gonna find it. Hold
Yeah, let's break this down.
on. I saw on Twitter that you are really, really, really gay. Congratulations for coming out. That's really brave. And
What the
I
hell is he
said,
talking? What time of night was this?
6 o'clock?
He could not have been shit faced at that hour.
Yeah,
And
I
one of
don't know.
his rules is he doesn't drink during the day.
Well, 6 is kinda after dinner from a lot of people.
Technically, but to get drunk texting level, you would have had to start early.
Right, and then I said it's been a battle. I think there was some day I was just getting called gay all day on Twitter.
I like that. That really shows Craig's curiosity level. Rather than be like, let's get to the bottom of this, he says, "Yeah, I am gay."
I said my response to that
Yep,
was
that's me.
my response was, "It's been a battle today." I was like,
What does that mean? Did I miss something? What happened?
I think that there was one day that everyone just kept calling me gay. I think it started on the show, maybe. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Boy, who can remember? I call you homophobic all the time. Although I guess that is a people accuse homophobes of being gay, so I can see where that would start.
mm. And then he said, "No one ever said it was gonna be easy being in a coney." And I said, "I don't hate it." And then I said the jet sign falling behind him was pretty funny.
Sure.
And he said it must have been the sliding doors, blah blah blah. And I said the house is haunted,
But I'm
obviously.
glad we got a technical explanation.
Hold on. Yeah.
No. Please don't breeze through that. I'd like to know exactly the architectural reasoning why the sign fell.
And so I responded with, "Well, the house is haunted, obviously." That was my response.
Boy, what a
And
fun chat this is. I'm glad we get to relive it all.
this is where it comes back, and I said, he said, "Yeah, Ghost is a Pats fan, I guess. Probably a gay guy like you."
Man, there is some. I don't think he would want you share. We're reaching a level of homophobia. I don't think he would want you to share
Yeah,
on the air.
he's just doing what everyone else does.
Boy, he must really be gritting his teeth when he's doing a podcast with Carano. If he
And
has these sort of feelings bottled up.
and then I just said, "You're coming at me like a closeted bully right now."
That's true. Man, and there's no explanation. Well, hopefully, someone contact Quantum Week, Chris. See if we can find out why he's bullying Craig here in the holiday season, no less.
I thought it was pretty funny.
Yes.
Gay
Well,
jokes always fly. Listen to Very Good Show this week. There is a ton of them.
Ted Sarandis, a great commenter on patreon.com/blindmike. By the way, if you're not subscribed, we're over 400 subscribers for now.
For now.
We'll see where that goes, but we
left.
are
Week
over
left.
400, so I appreciate all you guys. And Ted Sarandis in the comments said he had a great description of it. I can't remember it verbatim, and I know Ted chooses his words very deliberately, and I don't want to paraphrase him, but basically he said, it's not a good show, but it's nice to see that they're having fun. Which is, I think, a good description for it.
Oh, about being like 30 years old and giggling.
Yeah, laughing your asses off.
Yeah.
At gay jokes.
They're the best. That's why I hope Chris. I thought that was funny. I hope he doesn't get mad, but I guess we'll find
I'm
out.
sure he will.
Why?
That's how drunks are,
Oh, yeah.
They
I mean,
fly off the handle.
there's nothing bad or personal information, so I feel like it's safe.
No, and in fact, I think it's funny that he bullies you in private.
That was at first. I'm sure it's going to get worse now.
Well, good. That's good.
Yeah.
Hey, Coney, heard you on the podcast today, bitch. Leave me alone. Come on, Chris.
Was your asshole sore or something?
Well, that's fun. I hope we get to hear that Quantum League live show. I'm curious about it. But
I think they're putting it
anyways.
out, but it's probably going to be on Patreon if I was
Patreon,
guessing.
yes. Well, go subscribe to their quantum_week.com or quantum-week.com.
There's the website and the Patreon are different. Let me check here.
Well, Google Quantum Week. I'm sure they'll come up.
Yeah, probably.
Now, enough of that. Enough of kissing their asshole. I will say, before we get into we got a ton of topics here today to run through. And before we get into those, I'm not. I was joking about having Thanksgiving segments, but I will say I'm very thankful for all the patrons, and I appreciate everyone going to Patreon.com/BlindMike and buying the merch that they bought and subscribing all year. Literally a year ago at this time, I didn't know if I wanted to do this anymore. So I appreciate everyone hanging with me all year and supporting the Patreon. And those of you that support the show for free, I appreciate you too. Leave a 5-star review. Subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Give a like, all that bullshit. And although, because I curse so often, I don't think we're allowed to promote the YouTube. So that's an interesting catch-22 we're in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you keep talking like that, Chris is gonna be in your DM soon.
Yes, that's right. A Mo. Calls me Mo Geary. So yeah, thank you everybody, and go to patreon.com/blindmike and listen to a very good show.
Yeah.
And why are you laughing?
That too. A whole bunch of
Um,
stuff coming up.
Happy Harassment Day, by the way, as we record this.
That's the 23rd, huh?
No, it's the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. So it alternates dates.
Oh, I thought it was always the 23rd.
No.
Oh.
Where do you think we should start here? We've got a litany of topics. What do you want to dive into first?
Woke commercials is always pretty good. Marin's good. Schultz, I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know what? Let's start because it is kind of the thing. I feel like it ties in nicely to the Thanksgiving season. These Microsoft commercials, or I guess like company. I think they're like company training videos or something.
Yeah,
It's called Microsoft Ignite,
micro.
and it seems like they do it every year. You may have already seen these. They've been out for a couple weeks, and they were circulating a couple weeks ago, but they just got on my radar. And I guess this is the robotic world that the tech industry has created.
Yep, it's sad where we're going.
Let's hear it.
Hello and welcome to Microsoft Ignite. We've got a big day ahead and lots in store for you. First, we want to acknowledge that the land where the Microsoft campus is situated was traditionally occupied by the Sammamish, the Duwamish.
That's most important.
I have never heard anything like this in my life.
Well, whenever I have a guest over, I say, hey, thank you so much for coming here to the Waltham apartment. And I should start by saying, before us, a guy named Bill lived here. He was a drunk. He didn't see his kids that often. And before that, it was actually a nice couple, Susan and Dave. They were. You go through the whole history.
This was built by hand. Wasn't ours. We should give it back if they want it.
That is white guilt at a level that nobody is asking for.
This is an Asian lady.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Then it's-
Don't worry, Mike. She's about to tell you that.
Oh, Craig. I don't need you to tell me. I'm sorry. Although there's speculation that this is for me, by the way, that these videos were made for me.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna wait for after and be like, "Do you feel better?"
Well, I'm curious to watch because, as I just misidentified this lady as being white, and it is important because every conversation I have as a blind guy, I'm like, what race is this motherfucker? Why aren't they? Do I like them or not? Why aren't they identifying their race? So this lady takes care of that problem.
Yes, she does. She's so happy too.
We want to acknowledge that the land where the Microsoft campus is situated was traditionally occupied by the Sammamish, the Duwamish, the Snoqualmie, the Suquamish, the Muckleshoot, the Snohomish.
By the way,
That's made up, right?
how great would it be if just some hungover college kid was working the teleprompter and is like, watch what I'm going to make this bitch say. Yeah, it was home to the Muckleshoot.
Couldn't be sick like Apache.
Which, by the way, hey, we took the land from these people and we ain't giving it back. We think a shout out will be enough for them
Yeah.
to shut their mouths and get over it, you know?
Yeah, you ever gone to a restaurant and you see a plaque of a dead guy on the wall?
Mhm.
That's more or less what this is.
Yeah. Hey, Pour one out for the Muckleshoot.
Brooks
Now,
was
quit your crying.
Yeah.
We're not gonna. The land is now worth billions. We make a fucking fortune on this land. We won't give you a dime of that, but you'll get a pretty neat shout out on our training video.
Could have been a pretty cool casino.
Let's hear more about the Muckleshoot.
Tulalip, and other Coast Salish peoples since time immemorial. A people that are still here, continuing to honor and bring to light their ancient heritage. My name is Allison Wines. I'm a senior program manager in our developer tools division. I'm an Asian and white female with dark brown hair.
Whoa! I
wearing
was
a
told
red
not
sleeveless-
white.
Asian white.
Asian white female.
She only said that so she could still feel guilty.
Yes, good. Well, no, it's a good thing because if I would start feeling one way about her if I thought she was just Asian, and then I'm like, all right, well, half's okay. Aren't we not supposed to think about race?
That's the whole
or
thing. I was,
gender?
and if it's for blind people to know what they're listening to, wouldn't that make them? Wouldn't they like just naturally not be racist because they can't see?
I'm a half. Well, first of all, as blind people, we hear it's a lady, so we immediately turn it off. Well, why ruin our ears with this nonsense? Allison Wines is right. Just yammering all day.
All she does is whine.
So
Email.
yeah, I don't know who this would be for, because they're not even like. Obviously, it's pandering Drek, but also she's like, I'm wearing a red shirt.
Yeah, that's the. I don't get it.
Okay,
Yeah, we don't know what the color red is. But
that's
thanks.
true too. Is that like Well, I've been able to see at least partially my whole life, but most of us in the blind community can't fathom what a shirt even looks like. Never mind what red is.
Asian and white female with dark brown hair wearing a red sleeveless top.
And I'm Seth Juarez, program manager of the AI Platform Group. I'm a tall Hispanic male wearing a blue shirt, khaki pants. Today we kick off 2 days of learning more about the latest solutions, exploring how these
Is that not the
innovations
most
can empower
robotic,
you.
scary thing you've ever seen? Like if you showed that to someone in the 90s and was like, hey, this is a Microsoft training video in 30 years, people would be like, what?
If this guy,
People would be like, robots got that good. That's pretty impressive.
if this guy came home and I had to call him dad, I'd be so fucking furious and pray he leaves.
Oh, he is. Well, he's what Shane Gillis would call an MSNBC dad, I think.
Exactly. Exactly.
That has to be. Imagine like just going for drinks with these people,
No.
and the conversation you would have to have, and making sure every word you say is correct. And oh, fuck, am I? God damn it, am I offending the Muckleshoot?
Well, that it can only. It's probably only them though, right? That are doing this just that one time.
Yeah, maybe it's just a creative decision that they kind of went on their own and decided. It's certainly not a company mandate.
Yeah. No. Let's see what this is though.
Hello, everyone. I'm Natalie Gadilla. I'm a Caucasian woman with long
God
blonde
damn it.
hair, and I go by
Boo!
You suck.
Boo!
If I remember right, too, this guy does not look like. I would not picture his voice to sound like what it's about to.
Well, luckily he'll both speak and describe what he looks like for me.
Exactly. You'll know exactly what it is.
Hello, everyone. I'm Natalie Gadilla. I'm a Caucasian woman with long blonde hair, and I go by she, her. I'm a product marketing lead here at Microsoft and co-host of the podcast Security Unlocked with this guy.
Yes, that would be me. Hello, everyone. I'm Nick Fillingham. I'm a Caucasian man with glasses and a beard. I go by he, him, and I'm a security evangelist.
And
here at
even in
Microsoft.
Australia, we put up with this bullshit.
Well, they do now.
He's there to let you know that in other countries they do this nonsense also. It's not just us.
Right. It's fucking so dumb.
It is the most robotic, weird fucking thing I've ever heard of in my life. And I mean, hey, the Muckleshoot thing is one thing. Like, if you want to pay tribute to the people you savagely stole your land from, that's one thing. But you're also not doing anything about it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like if you killed someone in a drunk driving accident, let's say, and got away with it,
Naturally.
and then you said to the family, "Hey, I'm Craig Coney. I'm a pudgy white male, and I killed your daughter in a drunk driving accident."
I'm a gay producer here with a black top.
And they'd be like, "Oh, well, hey, we got a shout out. That's pretty cool."
Yeah, exactly.
So good for Microsoft. They're doing all the right things.
Mm. No, they're not.
I think they're making things work over there. Um, speaking of doing all the right things, by the way,
Mhm.
and wokeness, Portnoy spot on about this fucking New York magazine piece that dropped today. Unless this isn't the only one,
So
there was nothing.
I didn't even see it, so I don't even know what the topic was.
You didn't see it because like there was no buzz about it or anything.
None.
Like when I searched, if you Google Dave Portnoy, it comes up. But when I searched Dave Portnoy on Twitter, there weren't even like mentions of it.
Was it the hits? Just the normal shit?
I mean, it wasn't even that. It was like what we learned 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
And
just-
there was a line to give you a little insight into what this fucking article was. So to save you from reading it, I think this tells you everything you need to know. There's a line in the article, and I'm paraphrasing slightly, but it was something to the effect of, there was a time, let's say 4 years ago, where allegations like this would have derailed Portnoy's career. And they're like sad that it didn't. Like, remember the days where these vague, baseless allegations would have ruined his life? Weren't those fun? Where did those go?
Was Bobby in this one?
I don't believe so. No, no. But what I did think, Chris and Dave were texting me about it, and oddly, no homophobic slurs thrown out in that conversation, despite the picture that Craig paints. But they had texted me, and I said, I think Portnoy might be like this little group's new Rogan, in the sense that they're going to just try and go after him anytime they can and throw the same bullshit out there over and over again and hope it sticks at some point.
Portnoy is outwardly trying to get on Rogan now.
I'm surprised he hasn't been, honestly.
No chance he hits the 3-hour mark.
Why do you say that?
Well, he doesn't like doing shows. And I feel like they would run out of stuff to talk about before they start doing that repeater thing.
Yeah, maybe. He's got a pretty short attention span.
Right.
So I feel like Rogan might be a tough setting for him. But Rogan's pretty good at keeping you on track, I feel like.
But Rogan would just be like, you ever seen these monkeys like rip these people's faces off? And he'll be like, don't care.
That would be an odd couple.
Yeah.
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 I mean, I think he'd be polite to Rogan. Like, I don't think he would just completely slough him off.
For sure.
But yeah, I don't know how much you'd have to say about DMT or fucking space or UFC even, for that matter. I don't know if he gives a shit about that.
Justin says he could talk to Rogan for like 8 hours.
Yeah, see, I don't think it would be I think it would be a good episode.
I think it would be good too, but I'm just always just like people like, I didn't hit 3 hours. So
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the weird thing about Rogan is you have no idea.
although 2 hours with Portnoy would feel like an eternity compared to what he's normally doing.
For Portnoy, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, he's used to shorter bursts. Yeah, that's the thing is I've never heard him have a 3-hour sit down with someone. Portnoy,
But
that is.
actually, you know what? I take that back because he's gonna know how big of a platform he's on, and he's gonna get his shit out there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's where I didn't agree with you when you said he's going to be like, I don't care about that. He would play along with Rogan. I just don't know like I don't necessarily know what they would talk about. I think they talk about a lot about this bullshit at first, the Business Insider piece, and that would obviously get Rogan's attention. And I think Rogan would also be interested in just how like insane it is. Like literally, Portnoy was handing out newspapers on the fucking T in Braintree or wherever he was.
Yeah, and then they're both from there, so they'll probably start talking about that shit.
Yeah, they'll have some old Boston stories.
I take it back. I take it back.
Yeah.
Has Mike given his thoughts on mac and cheese at Thanksgiving yet?
I mean, mac and cheese. That's all I'll be eating on Thursday. Why? Who asked that?
I know it's pretty, Justin. It's pretty controversial right now with everybody on Twitter for some reason.
Is?
Yeah, whether it's there or not.
Oh, I've missed this. It's a staple in the Geary household.
It's not in mine, but I'll never.
Baked mac and cheese.
Yeah, it's not. I've never had it on Thanksgiving, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't say no to it.
No, I couldn't imagine scoffing at it. That's boy, we're running out of things, huh?
Yeah, no
You
shit.
know, I kept my mouth shut when we had the chicken sandwich wars. I didn't weigh in on that. But now, and the hot dog is the hot dog a sandwich? I kept my mouth shut for that. And now they're coming for mac and cheese, and I said nothing.
Is the hot dog a sandwich?
I don't. Who gives a fuck?
I don't. I don't. It's like,
But yeah, now if we've gotten to should you have mac and cheese on Thanksgiving, I think we've run out of shit.
I'm all for people having it. I just don't.
Yeah, well, it's a staple in my home.
You guys like lobster mac and cheese? Sure.
I don't mind it.
I never go out of my way to have it.
No, nor do I. In fact, I had it in Newport once, and it was rather disappointing.
Really?
Yes,
You got to go to Maine for that good.
maybe.
That's what I'm hearing that.
Well, but I mean, Thanksgiving is kind of like I feel so. A lot of people say this that with Thanksgiving they didn't like when they were a kid, and now as an adult, it's their favorite holiday. I'm that to an extent, but it's more like I dreaded it as a kid, and now I'm immune to it. It doesn't phase me.
It's my favorite holiday of the year, I think.
I just don't give a shit about any of the food or anything.
I
I'm not
love
a turkey guy.
I like the dark meat on the turkey. Shout out everyone who thought I wouldn't say that. And then I like
Oh fuck Justin for getting us on this road.
yeah.
How
No,
dare you?
I like the food and that I don't have to buy people shit. It's the
It,
perfect holiday.
it didn't dawn on me until I heard Craig dissecting dark meat versus white meat that we shouldn't be doing this.
Mike, if you were actually listening, it was actually a secret racist joke.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
Okay.
Oh, that'll be fun to go back and find.
Yeah.
Oh, well, good. That'll be a fun nugget for the people. No, I wasn't listening. That's how much I zoned out.
Well, good.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if Portnoy gets on Rogan. This one didn't have any effect on the stock price.
Like I said, I'm pretty plugged into that shit. I didn't even know it happened.
Yeah.
So
By the way, did you see the speaking of stock prices? Did you see the More on Money shirt logo I sent you?
I saw it like hour and a half ago.
What are your thoughts?
It would make a pretty sick towel if it prints right.
That's funny. That's what he how he described it as well. I think Matt from Rhode Island.
It'd be a perfect towel.
Go check out Vaulted Podcast, by the way. I think it's a pretty good logo.
Yeah.
So hopefully we could have those up. Do you think it's shirt worthy?
Like the normal left side pocket one, definitely.
Oh, interesting. Maybe, yeah. And I was thinking maybe a green shirt. Spice it up a little.
Green and white.
Yeah.
The logos look good on white, gotta say.
Well, there might be More on Money shirts up for Black Friday, folks. So keep an eye on that. Go to our Linktree, Blind Mike Project on Linktree. We got everything. But you can find the store there as well if you want to check out all of our shit.
Yeah. Oh, and we'll have wine glasses or the wine tumblers soon too.
Oh, good. That should be a Black Friday item as well.
Yeah, something new. And
The
then,
problem is, I was thinking about doing like deals for Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
yeah,
But I think we're kind of at the point like we barely make any money as it is.
plus it would be so hard to go and individually change everything.
Oh, would it?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So, well, you're getting fucked, people. You're paying full price, whether you like it or not.
And then I figured December we'll start Craig of the Month.
Very good. So the Madman shirts will be up in December.
I haven't seen anyone design anything. Pretty sad.
I thought that one picture with program director Craig was pretty good.
Yeah, I'll have to try to find
Your
a
hair slicked back.
clear shot. There's a bunch of those, It wasn't a one-time deal.
I don't know about that. I'm skeptical.
I wear a hat most of the time, but I have gone with my hair done.
Yeah, just when you're worried that Bruce Mittman's going to be watching.
He's always watching. He's in here somewhere.
So the great, speaking of the gearheads and their great support, the great Lieutenant Kirk messaged me before the show and said, "You got to see Marin's last Instagram video." And I was like, "If we're talking about the same one, then I've already seen it." Were you able to find a cleaner version of that or no?
Just the audio from the one you sent.
Okay, so we have the audio.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, Marin, speaking of Rogan, I guess too, Marin is on a crusade against Rogan, and it's weird to watch this guy
So bizarre.
and his descent into madness. Like,
It
I
is.
think he's fucking losing it.
I hate him so much as every
Well,
day.
you know what? I'm not a fan of Marin, so I don't care that much.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan either. I've just not checked out much of his shit, but it makes me like if I was someone close to him, as a guy who's in recovery, I would worry that he's fallen off the wagon.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
like that's my first thought when I hear this type of shit, because he strayed away from this bitterness for a long time, and now it's getting like weird, angry. Like it's anger. It's not comedy anymore.
I take back wondering why he goes on the road alone.
What do you mean?
This last time I was like, he doesn't even bring an opener to like help boost their
Oh, I forgot that great argument.
That pissed me off. I don't know why. And now I'm just like, I wouldn't want to go with him.
Yeah, right. Well, let's hear what he had to say about the Roadster.
It's my sort of shelf cactus. It's gonna work out in a few. Someone said they turned off Rogan to watch this. Well, then we should just leave it on this for a while. Yeah, just smoke some weed, and I think I'm gonna. Been watching a lot of Rogan, so generally I start my day. I take a HGH suppository and stick it in my ass, because it's cool to stick medical things in your ass, but it still feels good to have it in there. And so usually what I like to do is to like put like a human growth hormone suppository in, and right when I feel it go in, like sometimes I get hard a little bit, and then what I'll do is I'll just I'll fuck a warm elk's heart, just like I used to use a pocket pussy, but now I use a warm elk's heart.
There's weird undertones of like homophobia in here. I didn't realize that the first time.
Yeah, and there has to be something that happened behind the scenes that no one knows.
See, I don't think so. I think it's simply Rogan has exploded since he went to Spotify. Like he was number one for a long time, but he got a $100 million deal with Spotify, and now he's in the news all the time. And Marin looks at that and says, "Hey, I should be a media darling. If you hate this fucking guy, I should be the best. Remember when I was number one?" Like, I think it's a lot. I think it's just jealousy. I don't think there's anything beyond that
His show's like 12 times larger than Marin's.
now. But remember, Marin was the guy for a while.
No, I know that, but I'm saying like this. He must piss a lot of people off.
Marin or Rogan?
Marin.
Yeah, I mean, he used to. Like that was the basis of his podcast at the beginning. Was like a lot of people fucking hated him.
Right.
He kind of like in the episode of Why Are You Laughing coming out this week, we talk about Patrice, and we played a clip from Marin's podcast, and they kind of had a kinship in that way where like they both pissed a lot of people off, and then there was a point where they felt bad about that at a certain point. Through reflecting on it, whatever they were going through, they started to think about that, and Marin has kind of reverted to how he was, and he did. I should say this because it's something I hadn't really considered until I'm thinking about it right now.
Mhm.
I forget if it was wife or fiance died a couple years ago.
Oh yeah.
Not that long ago. So he went through kind of a traumatic thing, which maybe that triggered something as well.
Was it that recently?
It was, look that up. I think it was only a year and a half, 2 years ago. I could be wrong, but I thought it was somewhat recent. Which is 10 years ago. I'm like, oh, all right, maybe that's not why.
Hold on. Just give me 1 second to read this.
Yeah.
first.
Well, yeah. So if you guys don't know, by the way, there's more to this clip, but Marin just goes on these rants on Instagram. I've asked the lieutenant for this, and I'm going to put it out to the rest of the gearheads as well. I want Marin's Instagram live videos to be littered with, like, what are your thoughts about Blind Mike? Just ask him questions about me, because I very badly want a clip of him going, I don't know who Blind Mike is. I don't even know who that is.
He's
Like, just angry Marin saying my name would be a fun clip to have.
Blind Mike's a civilian.
I don't know what that means.
It was May of 2020.
Yeah, so not that long ago, year and a half.
Oh.
So I mean, like, maybe that triggered something. And like I said, I have no idea if he's still clean or not or whatever. And it's probably shitty to even speculate on it. But when you hear this stuff, it sounds like a guy who's maybe going through some things.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of the ass stuff. I'll tell you, people like kind of far left people have a weird. They walk a very fine line, because when they're trying to be funny, they always go to this. Particularly when they're making fun of like bros, like Rogan or Portnoy or whoever.
Yeah.
When they attack guys like that, they're like, "Oh, I bet you like things up your ass, don't you?"
I bet you fist fuck yourself and your friends.
Yeah, you take a suppository because it feels good, right? Because you're gay. And they're like, well, what's wrong with being gay? I thought that was, aren't we supposed to like that?
Mark Maron or Chris?
Yeah, Chris was Mark Marining you. So it's very weird, but let's hear a little more from Marky.
Yeah, just do that. Yeah, maybe have some coffee with some ghee in it while I'm fucking an Elk's Heart. And then when you come in the Elk's
Hold on,
Heart,
rewind that for a minute.
go really quick.
Can you just rewind a little bit? Because
And Elk's
you
Heart.
start to hear now. So he says suppository and like up the ass a couple times. He repeats himself a couple times. And then he says Elk's Heart a couple times. And it's this strange, it's like a comedy timing thing where he's kind of like, did you hear what I said? Hey, T, did you hear what I said?
The before and way before.
He's Polly Walnutsing us, where he's like, Elk's Heart, you get it? Because he fucking hunts elk. He's a big gay elk hunter. You get it, guys? So let's hear that again.
Just like I used to use a pocket pussy, but now I use a warm Elk's Heart. And yeah, just do that. Yeah, maybe have some coffee with some ghee in it while I'm fucking an Elk's Heart. And then when you
Elk's Heart, did you guys hear me? Is this thing on?
Joe, you hear what I said?
I said Elk's Heart. You get the reference because it's something from your world.
Right.
Like,
I
he's just
listen.
saying Rogan buzzwords.
I listen.
He's saying Rogan buzzwords and including ass fucking, and he's like, "Oh, I've got a joke."
Now I hate CNN.
This is a terrible little rant, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not dissimilar from what SNL did, where
No.
it's like, hey, if we just throw some Rogan, I feel like he's 5 seconds away from saying Mencia. It's like, hey, Rogan things, Death Wish coffee, Alpha Brain.
I took Carlos Mencia down. I can take COVID.
He's just throwing out Rogan-y thing. The Man Show.
Dude, how about Pete Davidson dropping that fucking stinker of a bit and then just turns out he's fucking Kim Kardashian?
Well, I mean, hey, the man can do what he wants.
Shout out to him.
I think he was fucking Kim first, though.
Yeah, probably. She
So
was
his brain was elsewhere. He was thinking about Kim Kardashian while he was bombing on SNL and just did not give a fuck.
Let's go back to it.
Yeah. Well, real quick, Pete Davidson's like the mute. He kind of like took Andy Samberg's role
Mm-hmm.
as far as being like the digital short music guy on SNL now. I did not know this until recently.
So that the new one was actually all right.
Was it Walking in Staten?
Method Man made me laugh pretty hard.
It's like as a song, it sounds good. The lyrics aren't good, but like I could bob my head to it, but it's not funny at any point.
I thought Method Man was funny.
I don't know.
I don't remember what he said. I just do remember going like, I watched it.
That's a level of Craig's comedy. It made me laugh. I don't know what the guy was saying, but you know, there was bright colors and movement.
It's
It
not
made me
something-
giggle.
It's not something I'm gonna watch again, but I just was not expecting to see Method Man.
But it's strange. Like that's his role. Like he's trying to be Lonely Island without the jokes.
Well, you see what happens when he tries to do sketches.
That's true. That's a good point. All right, let's hear Marin.
The grill really quick. And then when it cooks up, we want a little rare, just eat it fast with no carbs, and then you won't get COVID. You won't get COVID. So that's what I do, and I haven't gotten it yet.
Boy, Marin is the perfect example of why liberal talk radio doesn't work,
Right.
because it's so hard for them to take shots.
And he's funny. Like, what the fuck?
Marin's a funny guy. Yeah, don't get me wrong here. I think Marin is a funny guy, but it is hard, particularly when you get into like when you're verging on political shit. It's hard for them to be funny because they've kind of, and I don't mean Marin. I just mean like people that think like him have drawn a line of you can't make fun of these things. So you hear Marin in this little rant dancing around what he can and can't make fun of. It's very weird and angry and bitter. And it's kind of like, it makes me feel bad for Marin, honestly. And he's throwing shit out. Like literally, SNL is the perfect comparison because he's throwing out old references that have been proven wrong.
No shit.
He's like, "Oh, I'll fucking Elks hard, and that'll cure COVID." Rogan did cure himself
In 2 days. Negative test.
Say what you want about it. He didn't die. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, by the way,
Yeah.
would have been nice to know if one of you fucks could have told me. And I mean, Craig and all of you listening, no one told me this. So we have not left the house. This is now day, it's got to be 13
Mm-hmm.
of quarantine here. And Alba went to urgent care today to make sure like we could be around the family for COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, "Oh, you're fine. You don't even have to get tested. You've been quarantined for more than 10 days. You're good."
If you're about to tell me I didn't say that, I for sure did.
I don't remember it.
The
You may have.
someone go back to last Tuesday's episode on Patreon and find it.
Well, the CDC should have told me.
That's true too.
I want a more reliable person than Craig telling me this stuff.
He just brushed me off and called me gay.
Well, that's what people do. I want to be cool. I
Justin,
want to sit at the cool kids' table.
Justin said, by the way, when I was in high school, I tried warming up a pocket pussy by putting it on a heater, but it melted and got everywhere. If I could go back in time, I would use an Elk's heart.
Boy, Justin's got to get this podcast cranking.
Tomorrow morning, coughs into
I feel like there's a lot we don't know about him.
tomorrow. Tomorrow the show's live.
That's good. Do it the day before Thanksgiving.
Everyone's driving tomorrow. It's not a bad idea.
That's a fair point, but I guess I mean like, what the hell? Yeah, go listen to Justin. Who am I to critique? That's not a bad idea.
You got a long drive to your in-laws that you're dreading. Listen to Justin on the way.
And what's it called?
He changed it to, I believe, The Justin Show.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I don't. I am not trying to be like a kid. I think this is gonna be so fucking funny, and I don't know if it's gonna be on purpose or not, but it's gonna be so fucking funny.
I'm curious what level of role Matt will have.
Oh my god, the warthog's in here.
The Warthog's in here.
Never been in here to my knowledge.
Oh, hello, Warthog.
He said the name of the, and it's a. He said that he just drops in a gem like this. He said it should be called a trudiful mind.
I don't know if that's a gem exactly, but it's
I'm for sure pronouncing it wrong.
a trudiful mind.
Trudelif, I don't remember.
Well, whatever. Go listen to the Justin Show.
Yeah.
I'm impressed that he got that title. I think
So
that's got to be taken by someone.
So it was taken by someone who posted because I looked it up after I saw it to just like subscribe to it if it was up. Someone has the Justin show, but they posted a 1-minute trailer like 2 years ago and didn't do
Oh
it.
well, fuck them.
Yeah.
They missed out.
That's right.
The warthog sparked something. I had something to say, and I can't remember it.
Well, while you're thinking, I ended up listening to that Michael Che episode. Did you?
Of Legion of Skanks?
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't talk about Tim Dillon or anything.
What kind of pussy shit is that?
Oh, I don't have a problem with it, really.
Lewis. I have a problem with Lewis not doing it.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, like, Norman made a joke right out of the gate about it,
I thought I was going right into
which is
it.
kind of funny. I think it's weird. I think it's weird to do right away to have him on because people will assume you're going to talk about it. So to
Mhm.
not bring it up at all is a little weird.
Yeah.
But whatever. Che, I thought Che was funny. It was a fine episode.
And they explained why when you said they took down the roast and then put it back up.
Yeah, Ari was an asshole about it.
Yeah, because he was all fucked up on drugs.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I kind of get it, but it's like you can't, do what you do and then get pissed about it.
Well, not even that. Don't do the roast fucked up on drugs.
Well, he was dosed.
Oh, good point. But I mean, he was. I was there, and I don't believe those were the first drugs that he consumed that weekend.
But he's usually pretty in control of what he's doing.
Right.
And if he was doing mushrooms or some shit and then someone threw LSD on top
But
of
you
it.
can't do it to two other people, two other famous comedians,
Right. No,
and
that's
then
what
be
I'm
like,
saying.
"Hey, I didn't know."
If it was any other person, I would get it.
Of course.
I also was trying to wonder if it was for legal reasons.
I don't know, but it's funny that there's a roast where everyone goes up and makes jokes about Ari,
Mm-hmm.
and he appears in one of Big J's jokes. And if you're watching it and don't know any of this, you're like, why isn't Ari going up? It just doesn't make any sense to anyone.
Yeah.
But it's worth a watch on YouTube if you want to go check it out. The roast of Louis J. Gomez.
Right.
I still can't think of what I wanted to say about the warthog. God damn it. I did. I was going back and forth with someone on Twitter before the show because I saw this Stephen Colbert clip, and I was just like, didn't he take over for fucking Letterman?
Let's play this fucking puppy.
I'm like, wasn't this the Letterman show?
Nope.
And now it's this.
This definitely was not the Letterman show. It might be the same time slot and name.
It's the same name.
Big news on Friday was that after being accused of crossing state lines, killing 2 people, and wounding another last year during a Black Lives Matter protest, Kyle Rittenhouse was acquitted on all counts. Okay. Yeah, okay. Cards on the table. I'm not a legal expert, so I can't tell you whether or not Kyle Rittenhouse broke the law. But I can tell you this: if he didn't break the law, we should change the law.
Wow, so powerful.
Oh,
So powerful and brave.
fuck you, dude. Fuck that shit.
I like that you say that with, not you, Stephen. I like that Colbert says that with like, boy, people are really going to take this to. I'm making a point that no one else has thought of.
Oh God, I want to fucking strangle him right now
Well, that seems harsh, but
with love.
this is so someone I tweeted like, wasn't this fucking Letterman's show? And people on Twitter all automatically think I'm making a political stance. I don't know. I paid zero attention to the Rittenhouse trial. I don't give a fuck about it.
Yeah, me too.
Let him burn for 1,000 years for all I care.
Oh,
Let him die. I feed him to the dogs. I don't care. But my point was simply, isn't Colbert's job to make it funny somehow?
it used to be.
Like you take pain and you turn that into comedy. You take a horrible tragedy and you turn it into some laughs. And people were like, or one guy goes, Letterman used to address this shit all the time. And I was like, when? And the guy sends me back like a list of times where Letterman talked about politics, and every one is a joke, or like he had like Bill O'Reilly on and it got serious for a minute. Shit like that. He didn't stop the show and go, even, mind you, even when he was addressing the bed he had in his office where he would fuck interns.
Right.
There were even a few yucks in that whole debacle. Letterman didn't stop the show and say, hey, let's get real. Not for a second. For the 5 years I've been hosting the podcast, let's stop and get real.
Oh, yeah. Warthog says, who needs laughs when you can get claps?
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's kind of the reverse of the Michael Che thing we were talking about last week, because I was talking about how Michael Che was funny in his special and the audience is confused, so they clap.
Yeah.
They're not confused at all. Now they're home.
Che
Those
was
same people in Michael Che's audience are like, Steven, finally, now we get what you mean.
Che was actually pretty funny on the show too.
He was very fun. I thought when Michael Che was on Legion of Skanks, they played a game called Who's Most Justified Hitting a Woman, where they play videos where a female gets hit and they decide who's most, maybe none of them are justified, but they decide who's most justified.
Right.
And Michael Che made a point about one of the videos.
So great.
And Dave Smith goes, boy, I never really thought of it like that. There's no one that can quite convince me you should hit a woman like Michael Che. And Che's going, no. And Dave goes, oh, come on, don't be modest, Michael. They did it very well. It was, like, that's the thing. Che's funny. He's just in a world where you aren't supposed to be.
Oh, shit. So the tweet in response to you asking about the Letterman used to host this, right?
Yeah.
Was Letterman would discuss these things too. You realize that, right? And you said, sure. We all remember the top 10 legislative changes that this country needs to take seriously.
I just love the idea of Letterman seriously stating something. Like, hey, Letterman's like, hey, if this Kyle Rittenhouse thing, if Kyle Rittenhouse didn't break the law, we should change the law. And then Paul Schaefer plays a wacky in the background.
Yeah.
Letterman's throwing his note cards.
Letterman would say political shit, but it was always a joke.
Right. I wouldn't give this Rittenhouse's troubles to a monkey on a rock.
I need if Colbert even got a whiff of the old Stephen Colbert, he'd be the #1 show. It's fucking Gutfeld has the highest ratings.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where Stephen Colbert is. I can't say he's fucked up because he's making millions of dollars, obviously, and there's a segment of people that love him. But if you want to do something interesting and creative and funny, then yeah, playing that. If you're going to talk politics, then he should have stuck with the Colbert character.
Do you want?
I get wanting to break away from that and doing something different, but what you're doing is not comedy.
Is the
so it's weird in a comedy show, and you made the decision. I'm going to be serious me now. I'm not going to be the funny version of me.
Well, is the network going to get the viewers down to literally 0 before they make a change? Because they're close.
Is he doing bad? Because he was doing good for a while.
It's like 700,000 people watch.
Yes, but what's that compared to The Tonight Show? I bet he's beating Fallon.
Let's find out.
I bet. Last I heard, he was beating Kimmel and Fallon.
Late night ratings.
But I'm still obsessed with the image of Letterman doing like a top 10 reasons the abortion law in Texas is terrible. And just being like, number 10, it's a woman's right to choose. He tosses a note card.
Yeah. It goes Colbert, Kimmel, Fallon.
Yeah, so he's #1, right?
Yeah, am I? Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's why he's not making a change. But it's also evidence that, like, we can't have an Archie Bunker now. You know what I mean? Like, actually, to promote Why Are You Laughing Again, this week's free episode is Norman Lear, if you want to go check that out.
That's right.
But to mention Norman Lear is as liberal as they come. Like, he is as far left as you could get. And he created the Archie Bunker character to make fun of Republicans, essentially, and people that thought the way that Archie Bunker thought he was mocking people like that. That's what Colbert was doing. And he said, let's not do that anymore and get real for a moment. So now he's reaching no one.
Right.
Everyone that is watching already agrees with him, and he's not being funny. So he essentially sold his soul to make, $15 million a year or whatever he's getting.
Right. Fucking what a world.
Hmm.
Is that me?
I was disappointed that you didn't appreciate my serious Letterman bit.
That Colbert video just pissed me off a little.
That's why I can't have fun with Craig if we're going to play. That's why we can't talk Rittenhouse, because we can't goof on it.
No, we absolutely can, but I used to love Colbert so much. It's so disappointing.
Yeah. Well, hey. Yeah, there were a lot of people. Like I said, I did not pay a ton of attention to this case. And by that, I mean I paid zero attention.
Yeah, me too.
But from what I know, I just want to throw this out there, and please correct me if I'm wrong here.
Will do.
From my understanding is Kyle Rittenhouse, white guy, right?
White guy.
He shot and killed 2 other white guys? Or was it 3?
Killed 2 white guys, shot a third white guy who pointed a gun at him first.
Right, okay. So shot at 3 white guys, killed 2.
One being a woman beater, the other being a pedophile.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. One was and not just like, oh, he liked young girl, a convicted pedophile. Am I wrong about that?
Multiple times.
So, and they were all white, right?
Right.
So how is this a race issue?
I'm assuming the only logical explanation I could come up with is because it was like a Black Lives Matter.
The location?
Yeah. I don't know.
Hey, like I said, I didn't pay attention to the case, so maybe I just don't get it. But that seems very strange to me to be like, this racist, took out 2 whites.
Yeah, and I saw the pedophile guy. Someone posted a picture of him with his daughter, who was like an infant, and was like, remembering this guy, blah blah blah. And someone asked, "Is that his daughter? Or is he on a date?"
It's very funny. It's very funny to think there's people out there that are like, now sure he was a pedophile, but at least he was a liberal.
The fucking Mandalorian. That Pedro Pascal guy.
What did he say?
He just yesterday or something was like, I want to he put the 2 fucking people that died up and was like, I just want to, my heart's with these 2 who are up in heaven or whatever the fuck.
But so my question there is like, does he know that?
You have to. It's the talk of the country.
I would bet he doesn't, or I don't think he would have posted that.
Oh God.
But what I like, so, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he does know and he's just doing it anyways. But I prefer the image of the people that are like, listen, sure, we all have our flaws. He may have been a pedophile, but who among us hasn't had impure thoughts?
Ugh. I'm sure that's out there. A lot of people putting some bullshit posts about that Wisconsin shit that just happened with the parade.
Like what?
People are like, the person that ran over everyone in the parade, they claim self-defense, so it's fine.
I saw you can guess, feel free to guess which comedian tweeted this.
Tim Dillon?
No, close. I saw someone say, this is nothing to joke about, but just how funny would it be if that was Rittenhouse leaving the courthouse? AK, I'll delete this.
Shane has been on the best week of his Twitter of his life. So I've been going back because he keeps posting the funniest shit on Twitter. That's bad, and like deletes it. And he's gained like 25,000 followers in the last like 3 days.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, good for him.
I only noticed because I keep going back and looking, and
That's
I'm
very
like,
funny.
"Oh, fuck, that's growing like crazy."
I'm telling you, him and Tim Dillon, 2 best in the biz right now.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
The more I think about it, it is weird. Although here's why it wasn't weird that they didn't ask Michael Che about Tim Dillon.
It was weird.
Because Lewis isn't really that guy. It's like, hey, let's have a serious interview. Like if Che said, I don't really feel like talking about it,
dude.
I wouldn't expect Legion of Skanks to be like, we're going to give a hard-hitting interview with this guy.
You heard Lewis on Real Ass Podcast say this was the worst pile of shit bit he's ever seen has the guy who might have written it on his show 2 days later. It
Yeah,
doesn't
it's
say
hard to
shit.
defend.
Come on.
It's
Come
hard
on.
to. You're right. That is a bad look. I didn't think of it that way because they never talked about it. I think it actually would have been worse if they talked about it and pussyfooted around it.
I literally would have just said the Rogan sketch. Please explain it to me. And then
Yeah.
that's it.
I did think it was a funny shot by Mark Norman though when
Yeah.
they get introduced and Michael Che made a joke about like they said Mark Norman first and then they introduced Michael Che and Che made a joke about how the audience was louder for Che
Right.
and Mark goes, "Oh, hey, it's Tim Dillon."
Norman, once again, very funny on that.
Going to see Joe List on Friday, by the way.
I hear he's
Providence Comedy Connection.
on a big heater.
He was awesome at Skankfest, honestly.
Yeah, I've never seen his stand up.
Oh, you should check it out. He's got a special on YouTube.
Yeah, I've seen parts. I meant to say live. I've seen parts of his like. Special.
Oh yeah, I think he's genuine, like maybe the most underrated guy in comedy. I think he's so funny, and we'll see him on Friday at the Comedy Connection. So if you're around, Gearheads, say hello. I suppose.
Right, you should bombard him.
Oh, speaking of, I guess while we're in the comedy world, do you want to play the Schultz thing real quick?
Yeah, why not?
I thought this was pretty cool. Good for Andrew Schultz. And, you know, Schultz, say what you want about him. I know some people aren't like a fan of his comedy. I'm not a huge fan of his stand-up or his podcast. I kind of just like him as a guy.
That's exactly how I am.
And you know what? I liked his Netflix. I thought his Netflix show was actually very funny.
I fucking did not.
Oh, I actually really liked it.
It was just like one of those like
It
dude,
was. There
fucking-
were a lot of jokes to the point where it almost got like distracting.
Yeah.
But all the jokes were funny.
I don't want
You know
to.
what I mean? Like I thought it was all funny shit. So
I shut it off in the middle.
I enjoyed it. But
The most I watched it because that was back when you were doing reviews and I was putting clips in them,
Mhm.
and I had to like watch the clips you marked out.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So, like I said, I'm not a diehard Schultz fan, but I like him. But I'm glad guys like him are around because it's not the same. Like, you know, Schultz is like a cancel culture guy, but it's not the same rehashed bullshit over and over again. He just calls it out when it's necessary, which I should probably be more like that. But this is him talking about a gig he had in was it Toronto?
Yep.
So Canada might be worse than the US, by the way, with this shit, from what I hear.
Oh, definitely. Their borders just opened like 2 minutes ago.
Oh, I mean with just like language shit and jokes and stuff like that. But
Oh, definitely.
let's hear what Schultz has to say.
What up, people? Yes, this jacket is fire, but focus. I want to tell you a story. Toronto. The infamous tour is coming, and we're doing it at Meridian Hall, but it wasn't always supposed to be at Meridian Hall. Originally, the show was booked at Massey Hall. We had the show locked in, and then Massey Hall hit me up a few weeks ago, and they said, hey, we had to cancel your show. So I go, why? They go, well, we looked you up, and you tell inappropriate jokes, and we no longer want inappropriate jokes on our stages, so we have to cancel your show. I said, okay, so I'll find another venue. We locked down Meridian Hall, but this is a much bigger venue, so I was nervous. I was like, will we be able to fill it? We put the show on sale. It sold out in 7 minutes. We added another show. That one sold out in an hour. It turns out the great people of Toronto enjoy some inappropriate jokes. So who are we to deny them even more opportunities to go see them? We're adding another show. It goes on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m. Hugh Massey Hall, Toronto. I can't wait to see. What up, people? Yes, this jacket is fire.
Good for Schultz. And it's so straight. It's so funny that like businesses are more willing now to lose money.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like you said, a bigger venue sold out quicker because of this, where that venue could have just made money and ignored the 5 emails they got or whatever. Because Schultz, by the way, is not a crazy controversial guy.
Yeah.
Like, you can find shit that he said that could get him in trouble for sure. But it's not, you know, like, as much as I disagree with people going at like venues that have Louis, it's a more justified argument than like Andrew Schultz's naughty words on stage. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. I was just listening to Ron White on Rogan, and he was talking because we were talking about how weird the Canada is as a whole. It's kind of, was it Europe that's arresting people still for speech?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, normally I'll go to a place, and if I smoke, I'll get like a fucking $100 fine. And he said in Canada, if he smoked a cigar on stage, they would hold his money until they decided how much of it they wanted to take.
How did they just decide that?
I don't know.
What was? Oh, god damn it! That reminded me of another story. Oh, Spacey.
Yes. Oh fuck.
that is wild.
$31 million.
I gotta say,
I don't want to defend the guy, but
no, you know what? I have to say, I'll take a surprising stance on this and just say I respect the production company for just being like, "Hey, fuck you, get us our money back."
I mean,
it's astonishing. I've never seen that. This would set legal precedent. I think
they're not going to get a dime.
So Kevin Spacey. For those of you who don't know, Kevin Spacey got fired from House of Cards. They said you're no longer welcome here. Now, evidently, which I don't understand how they lost money on House of Cards.
Because yeah, it's on Netflix. They get a set amount anyway.
Right. Are they saying because there wasn't another season or
DVD sales for other seasons? How much fucking
DVD
longer?
DVD sales can't be $31 million.
Yeah, I have no idea.
So I don't know how they're calculating that number, but they're saying that because Kevin Spacey got fired from House of Cards, that he owes the production company behind House of Cards $31 million.
That's insane amount.
It's great to be like, oh, Kevin, why would you get fired? Now we're gonna have to collect $31 million from you. Why would you go and do that?
Like he's got that much?
Like he's got that much, but also like it was his decision. He's like, gang, I'm gonna have to make you fire me now. I guess the legal shit is where they have more of a like if he was harassing coworkers, that might be where they have more of a leg to stand on. But it is wild. Like their lawsuit should be with Netflix, no?
Definitely.
I feel like Netflix made the decision. It's strange because in a weird way, they're saying it was the wrong decision to fire the guy who may have molested people.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. That they cannot physically. I don't get what like people quit their jobs. Just look at it that way. He didn't want to stop either, by the way.
Right. He's legally allowed to quit his job, and he didn't. He was fired.
Yeah. He didn't want to stop. I don't know if you've seen Christmas Eve, but he definitely still loves that character.
It is. I will say though, it's a respectable amount of bitterness and hatred for someone. They're like, you know what? We're going to take $31 million from you. Yeah, you got fired, but we feel like that's not quite enough.
No, definitely not.
Reparations.
Like if they said like 4 or 5, I'd be like, all right. But
yeah, I'd like to know how they get up to 31.
What do you figure?
Because also, like, wouldn't so that must mean. You know what? If this goes through, I'm just working this out in my head here. Let's say they win this lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think the production company would be allowed to essentially sue anyone when a show gets canceled.
Right.
And be like, it's your fault.
Right.
So I don't imagine Kevin Spacey will win this lawsuit, or will lose this lawsuit.
It's
but
like
what I am hoping for is a scathing Christmas Eve Frank Underwood review of this lawsuit.
He just starts calling everyone F's and stuff. Like, it'd be great.
You think I forgot about you?
But dude, it would be like R. Kelly's record label suing him for like $50 million right now.
Right. I mean, you could name a million examples where it's like, well, he stopped making money.
He didn't make any music anymore for us, so we're gonna take more from him.
Yeah, the Niners could sue Kaepernick. It's like, well, we cut him.
Right.
Fucking, no one else signed him, so fuck this guy.
We've stunk ever since he got cut from us at our decision.
It's absolutely wild. But my favorite thing ever is the Frank Underwood Christmas Eve video. So I'm hoping it makes for a great one.
Oh, they're the best. That will be on Christmas, our Christmas special as well.
Kill them with kindness. I was so disappointed. Oh, was I a sad boy on Christmas last year when he diverted from that and was like, "Hey, gang, this is serious, Kevin," for a moment.
That was when he was walking, right?
Yeah, he was outside or something. I can't quite remember, but he's like, "Hey, it's been a tough year for all of us. Let me get serious for a moment." And I loved it because he was kind of like, the tone in his voice was like, "Now I know it's a tradition you and I get together every Christmas Eve, and I play Frank Underwood for you. But this year we're going to take a little break." It's like, Kevin, who are you apologizing to?
I was always curious what his people thought when he hit send on that video.
Like, all right. Oh, you're going with the stock movie, like like Apple movie music at the end. That's an interesting choice, Kevin.
He can't afford anything anymore.
You know what I'm talking about? The music he uses?
Yeah.
Like the bad guy music.
Right. But like,
It's like, Kevin, you've been in film for 40 years.
his family's got, they probably saw him filming it. They're like, oh, he's got to get that out of his system. And then he's like,
He
"All right,
needs this."
I'm gonna put it out there. And they're like, oh fuck, no. And then there you go. And now it's a Christmas staple.
Well, he's doing when they heard the accent, they must have been like, "What the fuck?" Well, you all thought I forgot about you, didn't you? What?
We forgot
It
about you, sir.
You can't imagine my surprise. It was my I remember I was at Alba's house on Christmas Eve. And that was texted to me, I'm sure by the warthog. And I opened it and I couldn't talk about anything for the rest of the night. And she was like, "Yeah, it's pretty weird, I guess." I'm like, no. You don't understand. This man got me too'd and has been completely silent. We haven't heard from him. And on Christmas Eve, he comes out as the character he played, telling us we don't have all the facts. You don't understand. Oh, if you were from this country, you would understand how great this is.
Do you know, have any idea if he ended up doing that movie where he's the pedophile hunter? Because that's going to be a watch along for sure.
Oh, great question. I don't know. Let's get to the bottom of that. Look that up.
Yeah, let's see. It was an Italian movie or something. That was actually from when I was in KMS that one time. That was the story of the day. Besides Hank and
Oh, was it?
that was one of the things.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I remember the story, but I don't remember talking about it. I like the movie he did that made like $40.
Pedophile hunter, right?
We might have to watch that at some point.
That was the last thing he made before he went out, right?
Yeah, but it was like after the scandal. And it was released this is pre-COVID. It was released in theaters and literally made like $180 nationwide.
Let's see.
By the way, while you look for that, Louis nominated for a Grammy.
That's so awesome.
Pretty cool. I got to give the Grammy Academy props.
Shout out to them.
You know, and they're generally not terrible with comedy. They usually don't pick the best comedy albums.
Right.
But like Bo Burnham, Chappelle were in there. I'll give them that at least. But the fact that they threw Louis in there, it'd be great if we found out they just forgot.
Right.
They're like, "Oh, fuck the jerking off thing. Damn it."
That'd be great if he wins and he goes up and he's just starts like pantomiming jerking off and then just
I'm kidding.
gotcha.
I like the story Gillis told on Rogan, where Louis called him to his room. Like they're on tour, and Louis texted him and said, "Hey, can you come into my room for a minute?"
Yeah.
And Shane walks in, and Louis shuts the door behind him and goes, "Hey, don't worry about it. I'm not going to jerk off."
And then
He's having fun with it. That's good.
Then he immediately goes, "Oh, I wish I didn't."
I should have told him. So what's this pedophile movie?
It's a foreign movie. It's no release date. he's a pedophile hunter, which is
No release date.
no.
Where are we? Pre-production?
I mean, I feel like it's been like 8 months or something though.
What are we on IMDb for this?
No, that's
Give
probably
me
the
the
best.
description. Give me something here.
That's pretty. Let me. I actually do want to go to IMDb because I want to see if they wiped out Kevin Spacey from the database.
No, he's got to be on there.
Probably.
It's the Internet Movie Database, Craig. They've got everyone.
Kevin Spacey.
They don't play politics.
Garrison the bartender.
By the way, we are doing Garrison the Bartender Part 2 for your night before Thanksgiving festivities.
What the fuck is this? I clicked Kevin Spacey and it just went to Colbert Report like it's listening to me. So, Billionaire Boys Club is the movie I think you were thinking of.
Yes, you're correct.
Oh my God, he's done 2 things.
What do you do?
Gore is the name of the movie. He plays.
Tell me he played Al Gore.
No.
Damn.
A young man spends a summer in Italy where he meets his idol Gore Vidal, who teaches him about
Not bad. Not a bad second runner-up.
life, love, and politics.
Oh boy.
He's that, and then let's see the other one. Is this it? Peter 5'8".
Odd name. If that's the pedophile movie, that's an odd choice for the title.
And it says another movie full of foreign names no one's heard of, and it says plot kept under wraps.
Oh boy. So that's got to be it then.
Found it.
Kevin Spacey's, by the way, I mean, it's been said a million times, but greatest excuse of all time when you get caught doing something naughty. Well, I'm gay, folks. You got me.
Oh, I can't imagine being him right now, dude.
He's got a weird life, a very weird life. I'm surprised, given the Frank Underwood videos we've gotten, I'm surprised he hasn't done a sit-down interview with anyone and tried to explain himself.
He can't win.
No, but I mean, Frank Underwood, you forget, Frank Underwood promised us we would get more facts.
Maybe if he went on Rogan and that's about it.
No, he wouldn't do that. He's a 60 minutes type of guy.
Well, I'm just saying, Rogan will actually let him talk. The other people will
Yeah,
be
but
like,
Spacey wouldn't do that. He comes off to me as a pompous asshole.
true,
He wouldn't lower himself to a podcast, I don't think.
true.
But
I can't wait to see that though.
Good luck, Kev. We hope to hear from you on Christmas Eve.
We love you.
I hope you take these bastards down that are trying to take your money. Don't you let them win, Kev or Frank.
Those motherfuckers.
Let me be Frank. That's the greatest. Let me be Frank, he titled it.
It's perfect. It is perfect.
You think I forgot about you? All right. Anything else? I feel like we're missing something before we get out of here. Is that about the size of it?
That's about it.
All right. Well, mazel tov to everybody. Hope you have a good Thanksgiving. Like I said, I am appreciative of all you guys. And now you'll take that and make fun of me for it.
Gay.
Like Chris, you'll gay bash. But it's the facts. I appreciate everyone that supports the Patreon and supports the free shows and all of that. So if you want to do that, find our Linktree, Blind Mike Project on Linktree. Or just go to patreon.com/Blind Mike and listen to Very Good Show.
Yes.
Be thankful that they're around.
Be very thankful that it's already over for the week. You already did it.
And check out, of course, Vaulted Podcast. That's where we record Why Are You Laughing? Our boy Matt from Rhode Island is at the helm there and runs a tidy operation. So if you guys want to record a podcast or film anything, and he does movies and all kinds of crazy shit there at Vaulted Podcasts. So if Pawtucket, Rhode Island is a reasonable place for you to go, then hit up Matt from Rhode Island and Vaulted Podcasts in Pawtucket. And I think that's it, right?
That's all I got.
All right, gang. We will see you on the other side.
Ominous.
And I think to myself, wow, what a beautiful world.